Hey, this is a video. The title of this video is, well, what the fuck, right? I mean, Donald Trump has turned us into a country of pirates. I mean, he's always been a pirate. You know, he's always robbed and stolen, and has somehow or another gotten away with it. He thinks he's a gangster, and I think he's a punk bitch. But you know, that's my opinion. I think we're all still, at least for the moment, allowed to have opinions. And apparently his whole family, in my opinion, are a bunch of punk bitches. So he's turned us into kidnappers as a country and pirates. We're stealing other people's oil. He's calling other people's lands our lands, right? And it's the most insane shit. He's saying that their oil underneath their ground in their country is ours. And that's the most ludicrous shit I've ever heard. You know, so right now we are the big power brokers, right? As far as military, but that's not always how it ends up. I mean, there have been literally, dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of empires, throughout history that have come and gone. And what ends up happening is those empires, their people end up suffering when the empire falls. And the more people in the world that are pissed off with you, as people in the world are pissed off with the U.S. right now, the faster your empire falls. We are in a really bad state of affairs, in my humble opinion. And I just think that the American populace, all of us, right, need to, at minimum, call your congressperson, call your senator, call the White House switchboard, and let them know your displeasure with what's going on. It's just, you know, I'm more about business than geopolitics, but what is happening in this country is so far, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And when you put a pedophile in chief, and someone who is obviously high on his own supply, he's been able to get away with so much, and he's been such a spoiled ass bitch, in my opinion, throughout his entire life. You know, fucking his contractors that he's dealt with over the decades, other people he's done business with. I remember listening to a little clip where Mark Cuban was talking about, you know, what a piece of shit Donald Trump is. And Mark Cuban was saying that he knows someone personally that Donald Trump fucked over. And so the person who was interviewing Mark Cuban was like, oh shit, well, who do you know? And he said Barbara Corcoran, the lady on Shark Tank, right? There's two women on Shark Tank, the shorter haired one. Barbara Corcoran, he said that Donald Trump had her real estate company, Barbara Corcoran's real estate company, sell all these condos in this building that he had built. And so she did. She took she agreed to the terms, took on the contract with Donald Trump, sold everything. And then at the end of the day, she was supposed to get paid. Donald Trump refused to pay her after she sold everything. Her and her company. They sold everything. And Mark Cuban said, then he just said, sue me for it, basically. And I'm just like, wow, what a piece of shit. You know, who does that in life and in business other than a spoiled asshole whose parents left him almost $500 million that he fucked off. You know, as this comedian Josh, I can't think of his last name, said, you know, how do you fuck up a casino? And he fucked up a couple of them, I believe. You know, he says, doesn't he know how casinos work? Where people walk in with money, they leave their fucking money, and then they bounce without their money, obviously, right? But this fuck was able to fuck off 2 casinos, I believe the number is, right? I know the Taj Mahal was one, and I can't think of the other one. I think it was in another part of New Jersey or whatever. The point being is that you have Scott Bessent, who is a failure, and was only able to survive by being bailed out by his mentor, right? You have Donald Trump, who's a failure and a pedo, in my opinion. You got to say that in my opinion stuff, or else, you might get sued, or he might come after you because, you shouldn't be able to talk that way, kind of bullshit. But I'm the president, I'm the king, I'm whatever this orange fucking moron thinks he is. But obviously he must be something, because he's getting away with more shit than the law should allow. And that's why I'm such a big proponent of getting rid of the Supreme Court, because under this John Roberts Supreme Court, he has said, in effect, that Donald Trump is untouchable, right? So now they've tried to come back and, change a few things. But the fact that the head of the Supreme Court put that out there, and he's corrupt himself, to the best of my understanding, and John Roberts and what's the black guy's name? House Negro or something like that. I think that is his name, House Negro. So the House Negro, married to the fat white lady. What is that bastard's name? I can't think of it right now, but he's a corrupt piece of shit. John Roberts has been accused of taking stuff that he's not supposed to be taking from people, just like the House Negro has, with his fat, ugly white wife. And I just think that these people, I don't think there should be a Supreme Court. I mean, we have enough courts in the land that are good enough. We have every level of judiciary we need, and we don't need a Supreme Court, in my opinion. So for a Supreme Court justice to go against everything that, I know of this country to supposedly be, and basically say that this person, this president of ours, is can't be prosecuted for anything that he does as president, it sets a bad precedent. No pun intended. It sets a bad precedent. And I just think that we're fucked, y'all. And I think the best way, to save ourselves is to literally do that. Start saving ourselves, and then hopefully by preparing ourselves, getting ourselves right, then we can subsequently start working on other things, because we're good. Does that make sense? If you're stressed out because everything is fucked up in your world, then there's nothing you can do for the good of the collective citizenry. So it's incumbent upon you, as it is incumbent upon me, to do the best thing we can, which is getting our shit together. And I'm not saying I have my shit together. I mean, as an entrepreneur, I've over my lifetime, I've made probably millions, right? I'm not at that point right now, because as an entrepreneur, you make mistakes sometimes. You have to take it as a learning lesson. You have to take it as as you're paying for an education. That effing that you just got is you literally paying for an education. You get effed out of money on deals. Other people don't live up to what they say they're going to do. And you end up, taking it up the backside. And it happens. It happens to the best of us, because, I'm one of the best of us, in my humble opinion. And so the shit happens. And so you just have to say, okay, lesson learned, X out that person, X them out of your life, and keep it pushing, reevaluate. Sometimes you have to start from ground level. I've had to do that in the past, and I'm rebuilding as we speak and doing whatever is necessary. You can't be a punk, if you're going to be out here, on the grind, on the hustle. It just doesn't work. So you really, truly have to make some decisions in your existence. And you have to say to yourself, am I going to be out here grinding in hopes, even with failures involved, but believing in myself enough to say that it doesn't matter. I can fail today, tomorrow, the next day, but I'm going to get up, dust myself off, and get back to it. And that's my attitude. I've had great, in my humble opinion, great successes in my life, right? Made money. And now I'm just going through a stage where I'm rebuilding. But I don't give two shits. It just is. It just is. And stressing and worrying and crying, all that bullshit, it does nothing for you. The only thing that does something for you is get your ass up and get back to it. But you get back up, re-educate yourself, and then get back to it. Find out what's in need right here, right now. And when you find out what's in need, then you provide that shit. There's a saying that my brother used to tell me, and this video is getting longer than I want it to be. The saying is, feed the classes, eat with the masses. Feed the masses, eat with the classes. In other words, it's really, in more simple terms, if you provide something to the few, then you're going to be part of the many, right? If you provide something to the many, if you find a need that only feeds a few people, only takes care of a few people's needs, then you're going to be broke, busted, and disgusted, and you're going to be just like pissed off and out there with the rest of everybody else. But if you find something that you can serve and provide to the masses of people, then you become one of the few, one of the ones financially well off. That's simply what it means. Feed the masses, eat with the classes. Feed the classes, eat with the masses. My brother Clarence told me that. He's no longer with us, which is really unfortunate. My oldest brother, quite frankly. But that's it. You got to find something in your rebuilding process that you can sell or service a wealth of people if you want to become wealthy or rich. You got to find something that the masses of people want and need. A solid, real service that you can provide. So like our solid, real service is we help people with their business structure. We help people set up their businesses, corporations, LLCs, and all that. But beyond that, we help people build out those businesses. We don't just go, oh, we set up your corporation, we set up your LLC. We actually literally help them build that business. We give them tools, recommendations, and most important, consultation. So we take all of our experiences, not just mine, but mine and the experiences of our teammates, and we feed that to you. So that way your road is a lot smoother, and also it gives you the ability to think through shit better. That's really what it amounts to, is can you think through whatever the fuck is going on better? That's going to make the difference in your journey. And that's why I try to surround myself with friends, cohorts, whatever, that are either on the same journey or have surpassed me. Preferably they surpassed me in this journey. And if they've surpassed me, then I can glean from them or learn from them shit that they learned on their journey, and which will help make my journey so much easier. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you. Those couple of things I just said about feeding the masses, eating with the classes, all that bullshit, and also, finding someone or hanging out with people or gleaning knowledge from people that allow you to kind of, go through the process of building and rebuilding easier. So that's it. If you want us to set up your LLC or corporation, And we can do that shit for you, no big deal. And, if you, in the state of California, we have a deal right now on LLCs, which is going to include, obviously all the state filing fees. It's going to include your corporate kit. It's going to include setting up your tax ID number. All those good things. We'll, do all those things. And you can get all that stuff done in the state of California. This is where we're running the special right now for your LLC for only $297. It's normally $699, but with the $699, you get 6 full months of coaching. So there you go. And it's not only just 6 full months of coaching, but we also give you our $5,000 program, which is called Credit Building Masterclass, which not only gives you all the videos and the written text and all that good stuff, but it also gives you one-on-one consultation, so that you can hear from the horse's mouth, so to speak, on how to do what you're trying to do. That's it. That's what we're about. So you can do the $699 and get 6 full months of one-on-one consulting talk, if you will. Or you can do, in the state of California, for LLCs only, you can do $297, and we'll set up your LLC for you. If you want to do a corporation in the state of California, on our special, it's $349, call it $350. And for either one of those, the $297 or the $350 for a corporation, $297 for LLC, or as I just stated, $350 for a corporation. We'll give you 3 months of consultation along with doing that. You don't get the $5,000 Credit Building Masterclass program, so you won't get that for the 2 specials. Only when you do the $699 will we obviously set up your corporation or LLC. Also do your, you'll get your corporate kit, you'll get your tax ID number, and for the $699, we'll give you our $5,000 Credit Building Masterclass program. So that's the difference in those programs. But if you want just consulting, you can get your first consultation for free. All you got to do is go to our website, LLC and Corporations Plus.com. You'll find that in the description. And there's a phone number on that website, which is a 562 number. You simply text that, utilizing that number, text free consult or free consultation, whichever you prefer, and I or someone else will get back to you for a free consult. It'll last maybe anywhere between, depending on how much time we have, 15 to 30 minutes. It just varies. I talk a lot, so your ass is going to probably get more information than you even want. But it's valuable information, so it's a good look. I'm just telling you. And it's free. So what do you have to lose? But if you like what you're getting from that free consultation for just $50 a month, right? It's $49 a month, technically. For just $49 a month, you'll have phone access to being able to pick up the phone and reach out and chop it up about whatever is going on and whatever help you need. We're here to give you that help. I and my team will help you through the course of building out your business and just trying to make it as easy of a pathway for you as possible. So once again, go to our website, which is Credit Build. I'm sorry, that's the book and program. But go to our website, LLC and Corporations Plus.com. If you want to take advantage of our special that we have running in California, which is LLCs for $297, which include the corporate kit, your tax ID number, and 3 months of coaching, or you can do the corporation setup, which is $350. So $297 for the LLC right now, or $350 for a corporation, which will once again also include tax ID number setup. It'll include your corporate kit, and it'll include 3 months of coaching, right? And if you want to just do the whole enchilada at one time, you get 6 months of coaching, and in your and our premium program, which is called Credit Building Masterclass, we can give you all that for $699. Or if you just want to do, be able to call and chop it up and discuss your business and how to make it grow, things you can do, resources you need on how to build your personal, on how to build your personal credit up, we got that. We can help you with that for $49 a month if you just want to do that. And you'll get more information than a little bit, right? So, and you'll have access to not AI, but a real person that you can call and chop it up with, and develop your business, grow from where you're at to where you want to be for just $49 a month. No contracts, none of that bullshit. If you're not able to do the next month, you're not able to do the next month. No big deal. If you're getting value out of what we're teaching you and what we're talking to you about for that $49 a month, I guarantee you'll find a way to come up with the $49 a month. And I'm so sure about what we offer in our $49 a month coaching program. I'm so positive that it's going to be so valuable to you that you'll find a way to make it happen, And once again, but if it's not for you, you just don't pay, and that's it. There's nothing, there's no, or you cancel, you know what I mean? There's no contracts, and we just, part ways happily. You part ways because you're further along on your journey than what you were, and I part ways knowing that I provided excellent service to you, and hopefully you'll come back and we go back to the same thing, right? $49 a month. No more free consults though. So anywho, hopefully this video has been of some value to you, and hit me up. Go to our website, LLC and Corporations Plus.com, and you can, once again, there's a phone number on there. It's a 562 number, and you just reach out via text. Just say free consult, and then we can go from there on everything else. So you can, during the free consultation, you can make some decisions on which direction you want to go. And hopefully I provided some kind of value to you in all of the videos, not just this one, but in all of the videos that I'm putting out for you. Okay, so we've been putting out videos on YouTube since 2013, 2014. So long ass time. Anywho, but you know what? Sometimes I'm just not as consistent as I should be because honestly, my ass got things to do. So I love creating value for people, but simultaneously I also have a life and other shit to do. So I'll miss big segments of time. But my wife has me, being more consistent about doing this. So hopefully this has been of value to you. LLC and Corporations Plus.com is the website, and you can reach out to us from there via the phone number that's on the website. And take care. Thank you.